Left lower quadrant, feel free to hit me. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh my god.
Ooh, the knife fight.
Oh my god.
Where did it fall? On the ground? Holy sweet moly. Oh my god. So they fell from a very high altitude right on the ground, and I assume they all died. And now they're being cleaned up. Wow, this is intense, man. This series is intense. There's a couple of things that can kill you when you fall from an altitude to the ground. If it's just too high, you'll just shatter apart, so annihilate. So usually what kills you is internal bleeding. So there could be direct damage to the heart or to the big vessels, and you will just bleed out in seconds. Or some other organs may just be shattered and start bleeding. So it's usually something involving bleeding. So he's re-experiencing the scenes of the riot or the protest that they had and is having a lot of anxiety from that. So this is PTSD. This is the post-traumatic stress disorder. Having flashbacks and anxiety.
Here, lie down. Wait right here. Okay, we need to lower your fever. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Here, use this.
So the old guy, because of being old or being sick or whatever, is having a fever, and he's trying to lower his fever with wet blankets, which is a fair way of bringing down the body's temperature. Aside from the medication like Tylenol and ibuprofen that you can use wet cloth or ice packs on the parts of the body that big vessels will pass, like under the armpits or on the groins, and it will help cool down the blood. Ooh, the knife fight. In the leg and in the belly. Again, left lower quadrant, fortunately, so he can keep going, you know, to fight and stuff. If the knife was a little higher, he could have penetrated the spleen or the liver or the big vessels or heart, and then bam, the movie's done. But as I see, there's still 47 minutes left from the last episode of this show. So left lower quadrant, feel free to hit me. Bam, bam, bam. He's blocking the knife with his hand. And at the same time bit this guy's leg off. It's a little superhuman what he did, because when you got stabbed in your hand, there's a lot of nerves inside and you will have a great deal of pain. And actually hands are very rich in blood supply as well. So that's why even a prick to your finger will give you a good amount of blood to use for the tests and stuff like that. But basically when you hit the palm of the hand, you would injure some tendons, possibly bones, blood vessels and nerves, and the pain will be severe. But I guess the stakes are very high now, and the adrenaline rush and the whole cortisol in the body makes them not even realize the pain.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. He stabbed himself. Well, my advice to you guys, if you're planning to stab yourself in the carotid, if you have anything to say, absolutely say it before stabbing yourself. Because if you stab yourself in the carotid, you'll die in less than seconds, like instantaneously, because these are the big vessels, the big carotid are giving blood to your brain, and the moment you stab, the blood vessels to the brain shuts down, and you will first syncopize, meaning that you will lose consciousness and your brain will start dying. The brain does not die instantaneously, but what kills you is that stab, that wound, will make you exsanguinate, because a lot of blood will be pumped out through the brain and which we were not seeing here. So probably he was so lucky to miss the carotid and hit something else.
Do you know? Or someone who doesn't have any money.
It seems like this guy did have a brain tumor and is actually dying and is now at home, and he's rich and he's having all the hospital equipment at home. But let me debunk something for you, okay? If someone is dying at home and they know that they're dying and they just want to spend their remaining time, usually this happens under hospice conditions, meaning that you'll go home, you'll be made comfortable, they will give you a medication to treat your pain, you may have a hospital bed to be comfortable. And then if your condition deteriorates, meaning that your breathing are having problems, or you have bad pain somewhere or something like that, all the treatment you get is usually morphine for pain and shortness of breath, Ativan for your anxiety, and some sort of anticholinergic for your secretions if you have a lot of secretions. Why is this guy connected to two monitors? Number one, like, what are we monitoring? Everything looks stable as well on this monitor, and this other monitor is it looks like a ventilator. Why is he connected to a working ventilator while he's on room air, breathing fine? So the waveforms on the ventilator is showing that this is connected to a patient and actually giving them artificial breath. All right, he flatlined and died. As I told you, he was waiting for his death, so really all these equipments are not really necessary. And besides, it looks like he timed his death right on the midnight, which is Bollywood type of BS. So if you look at the monitor on the top of that, it says EKG lead off, and if you look at the line, it's like all straight. When the leads are connected to the body, even after your death, there's gonna be some small electric activities that will give the line a little dents and movements, so it's not gonna be flat like this. For this, you will have to connect your leads, actually to two of your leads to a piece of metal, like, you know, a handrail or something, and then it will give you a beautiful flat line like this. And also SpO2 sensor off, so it's showing only solid line. All right, he's coming back. It looks like they have left the end totally open to season 2, and from what I see from season 1 and all the success that this series had, for sure they're gonna make a season 2. It was a great show, I have to tell. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, share with your friends, leave a comment down below and let me know which part of this series was the most interesting to you, and watch my other reaction videos right here.